Good morning, world, and welcome to the special Saturday cruise of the WSR Wolfie. This is Dave Corso for the Depths of the Wolves Den, and somewhere in the background I have the lovely Deatra with her guest Drake. And I want you to welcome them right now. They got it. Deatra and Drake, come on and say hi.
Hey, how are you? And good morning. We are so excited to be here and be a part of this great network of such wonderful, tremendous, outstanding hosts. This is an opportunity that doesn't come along every day. So we're really, really excited, and we feel really honored to be here. We have Drake with us. As you know, a lot of people know, Drake is kind of sort of unwittingly become somewhat of a celebrity, and he's been with Freedom Reigns, which is the program that I am affiliated with. And Drake, I'm going to go ahead and let you introduce yourself a little bit. Tell our listeners a little about you. And what all we've been up to.
Okay. First of all, I want to make everybody aware of the fact that a lot of people say a lot of things. They come out as generalities. And I am in a position where I'm dealing with principled people, and this is on a global basis, who are attempting to accomplish the freedom that everybody has been looking for. Due to the fact that the items that they deal with, the situations they are in, some of the situation I'm in, makes things a little bit sensitive in certain areas, so I cannot divulge certain specific details. However, I do have the capability of getting information that others can't. The gist of this comes from a combination of military background, high-level security clearances, and a few other things. During my period at that time, I proved my worthiness. Over a period of years after that, I proved that I could keep my mouth shut about confidential and or security issues, as well as secret items that nobody wanted out.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to see a plan, and that plan is one of setting our country free. The basis and realization of that is that primarily everybody looks to the United States as being the bastion of freedom, of the light to the world, and that sort of thing. So my involvement, because of my oath of service being what it is, to support and defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic, basically put me in a position of having that haunt me until I actually started really doing something, and then it started screaming at me. So I've got these little funny games going on.
Right.
The other part of it is that Deatra and I have worked as a team, basically, in terms of bringing information to the forefront, what's going on, the fact that there is a plan, and other things dealing with a combination of military planning, civilian authorizations, and funding, etc. So that's basically as good an introduction as you could probably get.
Yeah. You did pretty good there. Now, you know, we've been bringing things forward via our other show for a little while now, a few weeks, and something that you had been asked that I kind of orchestrated was addressing our military as to what they need to be doing, what they need to be watching out for, you know, things that of course aren't going to get them into any kind of trouble, but how to stand up and how to recognize good orders, bad orders, and so on and so forth. And I bring this up because I would like your take on this, Drake. Yesterday, there was a YouTube video that began going viral, which is completely and totally opposite of what we really need to be doing. This video is telling people that we're supposed to be taking up arms should they see military activity in their neighborhoods. Yet, you know, with my own affiliations with military throughout the country, and including within my own family, that is like the last thing that we should be doing. And one of my thoughts is, oh my gosh, our so-called government, the corporation, has done everything it can to make the people absolutely terrified of our military. Yet our military is on the side of the people. And I don't know what you have to say on this video that's come out. I mean, I'm just like, this can't happen, guys. So I'm going to let you go ahead and, if you would, kind of help us to understand. Maybe we could address a little bit more of the military and their role in this. Because I mean,
it's pretty easy.
We have the people taking up arms against our military when they're here to help us.
It's pretty easy, really. That YouTube video is horse hockey. And I'll tell you why. The military has had this plan to free the United States. It's been ongoing, being added to, adjusted as needed, in order to not facilitate a military takeover, martial law, and all the garbage that is contained within that. What the military has been hunting for and searching out are people that are patriotic enough to take the legal actions that a certain portion of our group has taken that actually offers notification of the declaration of the independent sovereignty of each individual state.
Mm-hmm.
What that does is that gives civilian authority to the military to assist us, the people, in retaking our government. Now, part of the paperwork that was submitted contains a cute little thing called the Declaration of Independence. And it states within there that when we find a government being repressive, we are empowered and is part of our duty to replace that government.
Mm-hmm.
The manner in which that is done is a combination of things. You can have an outright shooting revolt, or you can do so peacefully in a legalistic and lawful manner. The military, knowing tactics the way they did, decided that it would be best to do so in as peaceful a manner as possible. The plan that they have in place stipulates that that is going to be one of the prime directives of accomplishing that goal. In other words, returning us to what the forefathers had in terms of the founding documents.
Mm-hmm.
We are now in a position to be able to start actuating this. To understand addressment to the troops, freedomreigns.us, our website, has a program on there where I address the troops. The ideology of this was to let the troops know that they should look at their handbook and the United States Code of Military Justice, wherein it states that they are not to engage civilians, period. This includes coming to your house, extracting you, your weapons, and your food, or any of that sort of BS. Now,
right.
The reason I'm stating that as BS is because my addressment of the troops, stipulating lawful and unlawful orders and the way to recognize them, went viral almost immediately.
It did.
In the following hours, I'm not talking days, hours, it had spread as far as Japan. So I know that everybody is becoming aware. Now, this includes all branches of the service. And the basis of this is twofold. Number one, the actions taken by individuals in individual states in a majority of the number of states has given civilian authority to the military to take the action. Then we got to wait, and everybody was going crazy waiting. The reason they're waiting is that if you go to Divine Cosmos, you'll see a report that all 12 of the central banks have been attached.
Right.
That attachment means that they have to repay what are called collateral and global accounts that were designated to go to the people. This will bankrupt the central banking system and put it out of business. Mm-hmm. It will be resurrected on what's called an RV, or refunding of the varying accounts that are dealt with. Parts of all this, as I said, are on David's site. The other part of this is the next step. The next step is going to be critical because it prefers a barrage and an extraordinary number of different charges against an extraordinary list of individuals. The names of which when filed will probably shock a lot of people because there are a lot of your celebrity politicians involved in this. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to elucidate any further except that is the second shock that's going to be heard around the world. That will enable the military at that time to contact each and every last federal marshal available, to contact local law enforcement, and have civilian authority take these people into custody. The FEMA camps that they built for us are now going to be filled with them.
Right, okay. There's just been a lot that's been going on. I mean, I've watched the various events, these sudden resignations, and things like that. And since this project has been completed, I've watched it, and I'm sitting here going, wow, I mean, this just really seems to it seems to be very true, very real. It seems to be that for once, legitimate action is really being taken. And I know I am in total amazement of it. One of my concerns, though, too, is it's been mentioned a lot, the foreign troops that are supposedly they're in Mexico, on the Mexican borders. It's being said that they're coming, that they're lining up to invade the U.S. in a negative way. Such as like the Chinese troops and so on and so forth. And I know that that's been out there a lot. And do you have anything on that you could offer us?
Yes, I do. Basically, some of those troops were called in to do what you're saying. However, the good guys in our military have contacted them and expressed that we have a counter-alignment. You'll find that there's a load of military equipment that has been and is being moved to the southwest. Mm-hmm. Now, the agreement is that we won't go to war with each other, and it's conditional upon going through house to house in Mexico and ferreting out your drug farms and dealers, closing their ports of entry and things of that nature. Now, this is opposite of what a lot of the naysayers, it's NWO time, we're going to be invaded, etc. This is, you have to remember that in military tactics, you can look like you're doing one thing when you're actually accomplishing another. So the bad guys thought it would be neat to start a, quote, war, conventional type war, right off the bat in an area that's under contention anyway. There's already gunfire and this sort of thing down there, so it's not out of line. And in that way, start what would be called a shooting revolution here in the States. Any foreign troop, anybody that is not as such a white man is in trouble if they're wearing a uniform. Now, the problem with that is that